So let's continue our work with chapter 4, as I remember. Work with slide text. In this chapter, we will work with slide text, as the title also says. But what will we do exactly? Now let's see. Change the alignment, spacing, size, and look of the text. Correct and size text while entering it. Check spelling and choose the best wording. Find and replace text and fonts. Add text boxes. Well, as you can guess, we can add several text boxes, both vertically and horizontally. But let's start with changing the alignment, spacing, size, and look of the text. A few words, a few terms have to be mentioned here. What is, for example, the alignment? And what is align left, align center, and align right? We also have line spacing and paragraph spacing. These are totally different. Yeah. Font type, the font size, font style, then color, and of course uppercase, lowercase, and we have also character spacing. Now to look at all these, we will go to chapter 4 and we open the presentation, TRIPS A. Now that the presentation is open, it's open, we can look at this section again. So all we have here is the text, the font type, font size, then how we make it bigger, lower, smaller, erasing, then bold, italic, underlined, and kind of shadow making, then strike through, then the character spacing, uppercase, lowercase, just as you see here, and then the color. Okay, move forward with this file and go to slide number 3 and then take by your menu. Okay. Now you see the mini toolbar. Click the italic. Now take away this italic and let's do it again. Drag through and then Ctrl I. We get the same result. Okay, let's display number 4 and drag diagonally across the 4 bullet points to select them, all of them. Right, okay, this is done. Ignoring the mini toolbar, yeah, I did that. On the Home tab in the font group, click the font color arrow. Then the standard color, click red. This is going to be red. Display slide number 5. And click anywhere in the bulleted list. Then in the editing group, click the select button. Okay, editing, select button. Select all. And well, we can do the same with Ctrl plus A. In the font group, click the increase font size button until the font size box shows 44. You can do this with Ctrl Shift and bigger or smaller. Okay, so bigger and smaller. Ctrl Shift is still on. I just press again and again, bigger or smaller. Now what about Ctrl and the bracket? which is the rectangular bracket. Okay, same result you have here with the edges. So control and the smaller size and the bigger size. So all you have to think about is the following point: control plus this one, or control plus this one, or the other what I just showed you before, control shift plus or plus. Okay, this is it. Now our next task is to do the font grep. Again, clear all formatting button. That's going to be this one here. Clear all formatting. So let's take this. But where exactly we have to do that? Here. There we go. Now it's cleared. The same result we can get. Let's do a undo with Ctrl Z again, and the same result we get with Ctrl space. Okay, so what we learned here, once again, Ctrl plus this or this, Ctrl plus Shift plus this or this, and the last one what we learned is Ctrl plus space. The last one is nothing else but clearing all the formats. Okay, let's go to slide 9. And in the paragraph group, click the bullet point. Once you selected both bullet points, and we go into the arrow. You see several bullet point types in the gallery, and then click None to convert the bullet points into regular text paragraphs. Click the paragraph dialog box launcher to open the dialog box. This is what we have now. And in the general area, change the alignment setting centered. In the spacing area, enter 0. In the before and 24 in the after box. Change the line spacing setting to exactly. And put it to 30 exactly, and then click OK. Notice that the paragraphs are now centered with space between them and the lines are farther apart. Finally, let's make the text in a couple of paragraphs look more balanced by inserting a few line breaks. In the first paragraph, click the left of the word only and press Shift Enter. To insert a link break. Then repeat the step 15, which was for the word only, right? For the word that. Now let's do the same again. So it's Shift Enter. I think I made a mistake here. Here we go with Shift Enter again. Right. And I think the last one is 4 and 2. Right. Click Shift and Enter, and here again click Shift and Enter. And now we are done with our first assignment. Let's go for correcting and sizing text while entering it. All you need is the file Community Service A presentation, which is located again in chapter 04 to practice with. And let's display slide number 2 and click the content placeholder. Let's enter setup there. Team. Press enter key and then enter gather, add, analyze data. So what you saw here, I had to repeat my entering the data or entering the text because the autocorrect function just changed it. Now let's change it again just to have it done correctly. And the setup was set up is okay, but the team mightn't be alright. However, team is a normal word which can be used. Now you often misspell, let's say, the word assign to assignee. And let's add the misspelling. Okay. So display the backstage view. Click the option. Click proofing. And then autocorrect options. To open the autocorrect dialog box. All you see is here, and let's take the lower part of the dialog box, replace what assignee to assign. Okay, and let's add this. So we replace assignee with assign, and we have to edit. Close the autocorrect dialog box and close again the other one too with OK. On the slide 2, with the cursor to the right of the data word, press enter, and then type assignee, right, to a category. Now that we have added this word assignee as a sign, which has to be replaced by a sign, as we mentioned, this has happened. Okay, even though we just added it in lowercase, the computer knew what we are talking about and what we want to do. Now display slide number 1. Click the subtitle placeholder and enter Community Service Committee. We have to enter committee. Okay. Select the 3 words. And then press Ctrl C to copy the words into the clipboard and open the PowerPoint option box. display proofing, and then let's go to autocorrect dialog box, and then in the replace box enter CSC with Ctrl V. Let's add it, and let's close again, and let's go to slide number 3 and click the left of responsibilities and type CSC. Now you have Community Service Committee responsibilities. So the autocorrect also recognizes the entry if you follow it with punctual mark. Let's get back to slide number 1 and click at the right and title. The setting of font size should be 44, right? It's 44. And let's enter a column and continue with planning, selling, and executing a project. Now we have a problem. This doesn't fit here. So this has appeared, this box here, which is the autofit to reuse the text size correctly. Click the autofit options, what we have here, autofit the text to placeholder, stop fitting the text, and control autocorrect options. Press escape to close without anything to do. Display slide number 8. Slide number 8. Let's get back and let's do that first. Okay, so why don't we do that first? Stop fitting. Now this is what happens. Okay, it's fit, auto fit, and what we have to do is slide 8 at the right end of the last sub point. The font size is still at 28, and then let's press enter. And how do we know if we are successful? Now the text size just changed to 26. And 26. Okay, click the autofit option and we have the chance to do it into 2 slides or 2 columns. Let's do it to change to 2 columns. Okay, that's it, done. We can continue with our next task, which is checking spelling and choosing the best wording. For that, we need Community Service B. Display slide number 2. Slide number 2. And then right-click information, which is going to be information, of course. Click the menu to replace the misspelled word. Now let's identify a foreign phrase so that PowerPoint no longer flags it as it is misspelled. That's going to be on slide number 7. So here are these in French. and we should take it into French, which is not, of course, it's not set to proof language at the dictionary. I would say it's not set to proof language. So we can do it in the review tab, language, and set to proofing language. And this is going to be French. French, 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 France. Okay, that is done. And for the next one, we have the same to do. French again. French, France. There you go. There you go. Okay. And then click a corner of the slide so that no placeholders are selected. And I press home to move to the first slide. Well, press home to move to the first slide. On the review tab in the proofing group, click spelling button. Spelling checker stops on the word pursue and opens the spelling pane on the right. Now you have the word peruse or pursue correctly. We have to change it by pursue. And the spelling checker replaces pursue with the suggested one and stops again at CSOM, suggesting comma as a correct spelling. Now, for the purpose of this exercise, assume that this is a common abbreviation of CSC, so Community Service Committee, and therefore click Add to the Add of Term. So what we realized is that CSCOM now has been added to the custom dictionary. What we have here is a double link of the. So we have to delete this one. Yes, it has been deleted. And then let's resume. Which has to be changed to employees. And has to be changed to successful with double S. And now you're good. It's complete. On slide number 1, once again, select the word executing and on the review tab, in the proofing group, click the thesaurus. Now the thesaurus pane appears and you can find a lot of list of synonyms for the selected word. Press Shift F7 to activate the thesaurus. You can do that too. Let's do it. Shift F7. It's the same what happens. Below performing, point to completing. Click the arrow that appears and then click insert. So let's get back again. I made a mistake here. Let's go to completing. Where is it? I don't find it now. I got completing. Here we go. Let's press this here, and you can insert completing. instead of executing. Close the Fiserv pane and you're done. Our next task is finding and replacing tasks and fonts. For that we need to file Community Service C, and then on the Home tab in the Editing group, click the Replace button on to open the Replace dialog box. The same you can do with Ctrl-H. So here we go. I add it here so that you remember it. Ctrl+H. Replace button or Ctrl+H. Let's do Ctrl-H. And in the Find What, enter the department. Department. Replace with unit. And select the match case to locate text that exactly matches the capitalization you specified and replace it with the capitalization you specified. Click Find Next to find and select the first instance of department, which is in the word departments on slide 2. Find Next. And you got it. Click to replace. And then find the next one. And then do replace all. We have 9 replacements. And then close the dialog box. What we have here. One occurrence's departments haven't been changed because we said match the case. Now you see that it's here. And then let's click the blank area, the current slide, so that no placeholder is selected, and press home to display slide number 1. Actually, I just scrolled there. I click this slide title. Notice that the setting in the font box is font group Calibri headings. And display the slide number 2. Click the first title, and it's Times New Roman. Click the corner of the slide so that no placeholder is selected, and then Home tab. And in the editing group, you have also replace, but you have replace arrow. Replace fonts are open, and I'll display the replace list, which includes only Arial, Calibri, and Times New Roman. Display the with list, which includes all fonts available on computer, and click Calibri. Let's replace all. Now all fonts are replaced and all fonts are Calibri. Our last task is going to be adding text box. What we need is trip B, and on slide number 5, then click anywhere in the bulleted list to display its placeholder. On the Insert tab in the text group, click the text button. So text box. And then point below the placeholder for bulleted list. Below it, there we go. With the pointer shaped like an upside down T, click the lower left corner of the slide to create a small empty text box with a cursor blinking inside, which is done. And then enter critical to get things off to a good start. Get things off to a good start. Notice that the width of the text box increased to accommodate text you entered, even expanding beyond the border of the slide if necessary. Now you can rotate this. So once you have it, you can rotate it into a horizontal, a vertical or horizontal, so it's vertical now. And of course you can set it upside down too. Let's give a border into the Format Contextual tab. We have the shape styles, format shape pane, and then with the fill and line shape, you can take the shape outline. So what the book suggests is to open the dialog box, and what we have to do is to open the format shape pane, which is done, and then fill and line, which we have here, and we need the line with a solid line. Click the color button, and then take red accent 3 and then close the pane. If you click away, you see what happened. Display slide number 6 for your work, and then I go to View tab. In the show group, select the ruler, which is actually selected for me. And the Insert tab in the text box group, click the text box button. Text box button. Then on the left side of the area below the bulleted list, drag approximately 2 inches to the right and 0.5 inch down. Well, I don't see 0.5 inch down, but what I see is something like this. So let's do again something like this. And then I think I have to enter the text, the manual, the buyer manual. Let's repeat it. Let's repeat this tab. Okay, so insert text box. So we are done now. We are set now. Get the buyer manual has important information about the minimum requirements. Well, you see, now I selected, or I told how long it should be, how long my text box should be. I didn't tell, by the way, how high it can be. What we can do is still to adjust this according to our needs. Now it's done. Let's close this file as well. And I believe that we have finished chapter 4. Thank you very much for your attention. See you again.